What's up, YouTube? So, wanted to do my third part to the NHL Hitz 2003 season mode series, and just give you guys a little look through the standings right quick. Like I said earlier, I kind of simmed through some of the games, so I'm going to drop back a little bit in the standings. But I am taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Got the normal starting lineup: Jeremy Roenick, Steve Yzerman, Pavel Bure. And going to play in the, I believe it's Disco. Yep. So, oh, Wild West. Yeah, this is Wild West. So, giving a little bit of a different look this time. I believe I am, I want to say 4-2 heading into this game. And like I said, for the regular season for this series, I'm only going to do 4 parts to the videos. So this is my second part in the actual regular season, so I'll be doing 2 more and then going through the playoffs. Not quite sure how I'll do the playoffs yet, but I do believe they're 7-game series. So I'm not going to do like the entire series, but if it comes to like an elimination game or something, then I'll do that. Still playing on Pro. I believe this guy's starting lineup was I want to say Solani, Ralston, or not Solani, I can't remember. Someone Ralston, Chris Simon. But after a while, I guess it moved Yzerman to wing and then Roenick to center. I believe that was the order of my picks. So, and then Happy Bullen still in goal. So pretty much still the same look for my lineup. Really haven't given anyone else a start yet. I do believe I think I had I was gonna say I had a little bit of trouble scoring this game, but did not. 1 goal, 4 seconds in with Pavel Bure. So basically, what I'm gonna do with this video is I'm not going to narrate through the entire, or do commentary throughout the entire video. There's not too much to say about about NHL Hitz. Pretty self-explanatory when you're watching it. So just commentate through about half the video, and then let you guys go on your merry way watching the rest of the video. Like I said, this is one of my favorite games of all time to play, and there's a few more commentaries that I'm trying to do besides this one. I'm not going to do any series like I'm doing for this one, a race for the Heisman. These are the only 2 series videos I'm going to do. Pittsburgh Penguins do get a goal there, but I am going to keep my little mini gameplay series going. I already did SSX Tricky. I'm going to try to do Star Wars Battlefront 2 next. I'm going to try to cover a few other sports games as well. Some of the, not just my favorites, but some of the favorites of all time just for sports games for the PS2. I know NFL 2K5 is one of my favorites, but that is also one of the general favorites also. I do get a penalty for hitting the goalie there, just completely whiffed on hitting the other guy, so get myself man down here. The one good thing that a lot of people don't know about power plays, even though you are man down, you can still hit the goalie without it being a penalty. Obviously, it's better to, I guess, be a man down when you get in a fight, and then you can try it, because then you're not putting yourself a man down to begin with, and then when you have to go out of your way to hit the goal, you're already putting yourself another man down, so that can be pretty bad. You might get a goal scored on you there, but I guess it's a way to get a quick goal that most people know about, but some people don't. And I don't know why. I guess it's just the length of time since I had played the game, but at first scoring was getting pretty tough. First, I believe, game or 2 I played, I only put up about 4 goals a game, even though I had about 50 shots each game. So get into my first fight here. I believe this is, oh, Donald Brashear was the one they started. I can't believe I didn't recognize him. So yeah, I think that I win this one. Yeah, so, not a huge loss for them. I mean, I believe Brashear's like either a 62 or 65 overall on this game, somewhere around there. So they actually gained quite a bit of overall by losing him. They just don't have the same hitting and toughness on defense. Sergei Fedorov was their first starter in the starting lineup, so there's that. I'm going to put the links in the description below to my other two videos. I have done 2 parts in the series so far. This is my third. This is I want to say 6th game of the season. It might be 7th. But either way, about halfway done with the regular season. This is a 14-game regular season. Do notch another goal there. I believe this game was pretty close the entire way, though. And I believe the following game after this, I won 9-3. I don't think that was this game. Yeah, so by no means am I in first place this year because I did simulate a little bit of the season. Didn't want to play every game. Wanted to. I could have played on, I think All-Star is the hard. I'm not sure if it's All-Star or just hard, if that's the top difficulty. But whatever the hardest one is one of those two. And for playing this game for me playing this game for the first time in a long while, I didn't want that to be the case. So I believe I was out shooting that guy like 25 to. Not 25, maybe like 15-2 or something like that. But yeah, so like I said, I'll put the other 2 links in the description below. Like I said, obviously this game isn't anywhere close to being released anytime recently, but if you guys are looking for a gameplay for this or just trying to relive the glory days of playing NHL Hitz back in the day, then that is what I made this series for, and just kind of entertainment for me. Like I said, this was one of my favorite games of all time, so this series was just genuinely a lot of fun to do, or it has been so far. And same thing with NCAA 06, one of my favorite games when I was a kid. The graphics between that and NCAA 14, of course, are drastically different, and it's crazy to look back at the games that I once spent $50 on, thinking that those graphics were amazing. But to be honest, this game's get another goal there. The graphics on this game, this might have been the 93 win. Anyway, I get sidetracked too much. This might have, yeah. So this game's graphics were actually unbelievable for the time. The fact that you could make out 3D fans, and the players' faces weren't the best ever, of course. They were pretty relevant towards the time. Pretty much everything else in this game relative towards graphics were just unbelievable. Even compared to Slugfest and Slugfest and Blitz, this game's graphics were actually really good. Much better than Hitz 2002. Hitz 2002 had good graphics obviously for 2001. You go back and play like NHL 2001 or 2002, then you look at what the fans look like in that game, and you can barely make them out. They're just little, barely even stick figures sitting there in the stands. Can barely even make out the stands. So like I said, it was I didn't really recognize it at the time just because I was pretty young, but this game's graphics were very comparable to maybe a NHL 09 on the Xbox 360. They do notch another goal here. So actually, this might not. I don't think this was actually the 9-goal game. This might have been only 4 or 5. So yeah, like I said, this game is one of my genuine favorites of all time. I've been thinking about doing a little video later at the end of both these little series I'm doing for NCAA Football 06 and then NHL Hitz 03 to make a little wrap-up video. And then, of course, after I do all my gameplays, too, I'm going to try to get those started tomorrow, get a few good gameplays in for some of my more favorite games. Like I said, this is just, if you guys grew up with the PS2 and, a lot of my favorite games were some of the more common favorite sports games for sports fans like myself that grew up playing a lot of PS2 in the mid-2000s. But yeah, so it looks like I notched another goal there. But yeah, like I said, wanted to only do commentary for about half the video and ran a little bit over that. Like I said, I believe I do win this game. It's like 5-3 or 4-3 or something like that. So just watch and find out if you do want to stay throughout the entire gameplay. Like I said, I'd like to think I did pick up the game rather quickly after not playing it for a couple years, but there are a lot of people that are actually really good at this game, even though there's not a whole lot to it. So yeah, anyway, like I said, I'm going to put the links to the description below to my previous 2 episodes for this game. But besides that, that's pretty much it. So yeah.